Awesome. So now I'm going to share my screen. We're going to come up here. And now everybody can see you guys. This is so awesome. So, first of all, I want to just say thank you, thank you, thank you to James and Britt. They are news directors for Morgan Murphy Media, and they are amazing. So, they are here today not only to provide interview prep, but also to provide job opportunities. By show of hands, possibly, in the chat, can you tell me who here is looking for a job? Y'all are gonna put in the chat. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you have a lot of candidates here, and I see a lot of familiar faces. We have Keith, we have Sarah, we also have Amber, and then we also, let me see this. Jasmine, she said, I am, so they are ready. For all of my people all over, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, if you want to come in and if you want to join the Zoom party, you can click the link in bio. So first, I just want to say, can y'all all see my screen? My Zoom people, can y'all see the screen? No? Let's see.
No.
No? Okay, let's see this. Can y'all see the screen now? Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I just want to let you guys know that James is an executive news director. He's also a consultant, and then he is very heavily involved when it comes to DEI practices. So he's been in the business for over 20 years. I'm not going to date you. What would you say, 20? We also have Britt. She was a pre-pharmacy student at Ole Miss, and I find that just phenomenal. So she went from pharmacy and then now to journalism, and now she's a newsroom manager. So we all have some heavy hitters here. If you can, in the comments and on social media, tell me where are you currently located. I know some of you said you're in Los Angeles. Some of you all might be in Atlanta. But put in the chat where you're located. Jasmine, Alabama, Washington, D.C., Memphis, Fayetteville. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, New Mexico. Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. So, what are we recruiting for? On air, behind the scenes, producer, and reporter roles. So, I know this as somebody who assists when it comes to recruiting and talent sourcing, is that a lot of you all have worked remote for 2 years, 3 years. But now the landscape is changing a little bit and more people are going back into office. In addition to that, we also have some people who are saying, Kamara, like, what does a traditional newsroom look like? They really have not been. Or they'll say, Kamara, what do I need to put on my resume? They're going for job after job after job and they're hitting a brick wall. Is that anybody? Getting rejection letters on your resume? Put it in the comments. If you continue to get rejection letters on your resume, you're like, what is going on? Okay, got you. So we are here to provide some assistance. So James and Britt, they've been hiring for a while and they know what quality candidates look like. And then also with this new tool on social media, they have another avenue to reach you. So I'm going to have James, he's going to talk a little bit. And James, if you can tell us I'll stop sharing my screen here, but tell us what is something that you look for in a candidate.
Yes, so really, we're looking for high energy, fun, positive people who are willing to do it all and learn it all. We want people who can become newsroom leaders. Right now we just have an excellent team, and it all starts on that first contact. When you call them or we call you, or whether it's a text or social media or an email, the interview starts now, right away. And so first impressions are important. How quickly someone responds, how they respond, all critical, because it's starting, every single thing that a person does is important to us, because we want excellent people on our team who are going to go above and beyond. And so there's all kinds of little red flags that we can catch. And so we Also encourage you to have your social media in order, whether it's TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. News directors are looking at all of that, and you want to make sure you keep it professional, and as a journalist would keep their pages. It's okay to have fun and be yourself, but you want to make sure you remain neutral on positions as a journalist. Definitely good writers, when you send a resume reel, keep it around 8 minutes. And I do recommend having a slate with your name and email and phone number, either at the beginning or the end, so we can get to it quickly. But I like to see a montage of stand-ups. I like to see 2 good packages, and then I like to see some anchoring. Because I believe that I want my team, everyone, to be able to be ready to anchor, because you never know when we might need someone, and we're a very small team. And I also believe that the best reporters anchor and the best anchors report. But here there's lots of opportunity. We have a reporter that started maybe 4 months ago, and he's going to be hosting our public affairs show for the first time Monday. And then he's going to anchor the morning weather that following week, Monday through Thursday. And then he's going to anchor sunrise that Friday. And before that, he was a reporter. And so we've been preparing him for all that. He's been training, and this is his week to shine, to do those anchor roles. And I think he's going to do great. I think it's my job to make sure he's ready. And so, yeah, you jump into a small newsroom, you're going to learn it all, and you're going to have lots of opportunity. I've been a journalist for many years, and when I started this job, I started as morning anchor, and I would be happy there forever. But things happen, and you rise to the occasion, and I was interim news director twice, and then I took the job as news director about 2 years ago. And I'd been a news director previously 2 times. So, this industry is interesting. It's changed so much. You have to learn so much. But it's not where I'm at now is not what I expected, not where I thought I'd be, but it's still my dream come true. I get to recruit, train, hire new journalists and influence their lives.
Yep.
I still get to fill in anchor on the 5 o'clock pretty regularly. And for me, it's a dream come true that I can do for many more years. And I'm always here to help. So I will turn it back over to you unless you'll have questions, but I could go on forever because this is a great business and we need you, and there's a place for you, and there's a job with your name on it.
I like it. I like it. And I really like how he talked about developing early career talent, because, we have so many talented content creators, video producers, and journalism needs you guys. And I love blogs. I love independent media, but I really love when journalists can report the news, tell us the facts, and then also help the public. That's what we're here for. I'm going to turn it over to Britt. And for my people on LinkedIn, thank you. I see that you all are chiming in. But Britt, it's also for my attendees. If you want to just see one person, go to where it says speaker mode if you're on Zoom. So you can see one person with speaker mode, galleries for everyone. But Britt, can you please tell us, why did you decide to go from pharmacy to journalism? Because it's paid off. You're a newsroom manager.
Really for me, when I made that switch, I was obviously still in college when I made that decision, but I realized that I was not going to be happy. I've always been a storyteller from the time I was little and nosy AF. I wanted to know everything about everything that was happening around me in the world. And that's really what got me back kind of, I would say, almost back into journalism. I dabbled in it a little bit in high school with some programs that we had at my high school. And I didn't want to be stuck counting by 5 for the rest of my life. And that's what I saw for myself when I was studying pharmacy. Granted, I will say that I do think that the classes I had to take for that have been very beneficial for me as a news director and as I made my way up the ranks, because I was like, oh, I know what this medical thing that they're talking about is, or oh, what the science thing is. That's like my number one thing when I'm talking to applicants for positions is, what are you interested in outside of journalism and outside of news? Because that also helps color what you're interested in, what kind of stories that you might pitch on the day-to-day and that kind of thing. So that's kind of the short answer about how I got from point A to point B. I got bored and I wanted to know everything that was happening.
No, I like it. Curiosity. So because you're in journalism, tell us basically what was your training like? Because I know you covered, some of like a lot of historic events, right? 2020, you looked at the global pandemic, you had a lot of events. But tell us, do you think your training prepared you for what, like some of the global events that happened?
I would say yes. Some of my training did, but I would also say some innate skills that I had also helped me. So one thing that I will always preach to young starting out journalists was, especially while they're still in college, is internships. And you don't have to be a college student to do an internship or a job shadow, but I would always preach internships. And I did 3 different internships when I was in college because I didn't know what I wanted to do once I switched to journalism. Did I want to report? Did I want to produce a newscast? Did I want to work in another department in a TV station? I did what the station I interned at called their CRAP department, Creative Resources and Promotions, CRAP, CRAP department. And I ended up, because I was nosy and I loved writing and I loved puzzles, I became a producer. And so you're working there, you're sitting there, you're planning every day. And so a lot of those planning skills that I picked up and the writing skills and the creative bells and whistles that I learned how to put into my newscast really helped me to later on in my career when I was organizing and helping plan coverage for events like presidential visits and plane crashes and hurricane coverage, and covered 6 NASCAR races when I lived in Northeast Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And so those are, it's interesting to see how skills that you pick up along the way really do truly help you out. But I would say that like one thing that wasn't necessarily a skill I picked up along the way, but something that was like just an innate thing that I had was I'm a talker. I have never met a stranger. Mm-hmm. I will be sitting in a restaurant and I will overhear a conversation and I will turn around and chime in. And that curiosity and being able to just talk to people has been probably my greatest skill set. Especially as I've moved into roles where I do a lot of interviewing for different positions.
Right.
Because it's easier, it's helpful, it puts the person I'm talking to more at ease, and it really opens it up. I like to do, the interviews are more of a conversation because I'm not only interviewing you to see if you're the right fit for our newsroom, you're also interviewing me to see if I'm someone that you can respect and as your leader and someone to help you get further in your career.
Oh no, I love that. And it has to be, a mutual decision. I want to turn it over to James, and I'm going to ask James one more question. I'm going to ask James one more question. Give me 1 second. If you can mute. I don't know. But anyway, I will do this. James, can you tell us what are some red flags that you see when it comes to the hiring process?
Well, you want to make sure your resume and your cover letter have no mistakes. So you want to have several people review it before. You want to respond quickly and